welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ryan Talmadge. This is Davis Crocker. And today we're finally getting to The Walking Dead.
Finally.
Finally.
We are changing up a little bit from what we've been doing.
Oh, yeah.
We, for the time being, we're not going to be doing the Marvel, then DC, then Continuous, and then Indie. Though this month it does line up week 3 and 4 as our Continuous and Indie. We're going to read what the fuck we want to read. So,
yeah, we've both been having stressful times as far as work and life has been related. So I just made the call. I was like, you know what? We're going to just read some stuff we want to read.
read it. So,
And that, starts itself with Walking Dead one. We've been just, when are we going to pull the trigger on that?
You're right. I mean, it'd have to run in our indie. We've got some indies we wanted to run anyways. And so now we can
And you can always check our Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
Go ahead and plug that, 2 Idiots RC. And Facebook, Two Idiots Reading Comics. We always post what we're going to read that month, sometimes earlier than others, but since we've already, we're only like a week or two after
we're in
we
the
recorded.
weekend, the first weekend of August, and these won't come out until September. So.
Yeah. Davis got a big trip planned, so we kind of had to pull trigger fast. Davis, I swear to God, I wrote him down.
Yeah, as you can see, he doesn't have paper again.
I swear to God, I wrote him down, but when I was packing up
month
today,
3, by the way.
I was packing up today. I forgot to pack my notebook.
Sure. We'll take that excuse. So I'll kick it off again.
I can tell you right now, it was written by Robert Kirkman.
Well, no shit.
Yeah.
We all know that. Do you know what the other 2 things he did for it, though?
If I know Robert Kirkman, it was probably pencils.
Nope.
Not pencils. No, not pencils. That's dumb. Letters is what I meant to say.
Okay.
Letters.
Well, yeah, and then I'll pack creator, but I guess writer and creator be the same thing. Well, no, because Batman. Yeah, either way. Then you get your penciler, inker, and gray tones by Tony Moore, and additional gray tones by Cliff Rothburn. So
cool.
That's it.
Yeah.
3 people.
So I guess we're going first things first. Did you know Robert Kirkman is technically suing AMC because they haven't paid him since like season 2 or some shit like that?
No.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I had to go YouTube that thing.
Just because, I guess they stopped giving him creators rights?
I can't remember what it was. I watched the whole YouTube video on it, but
I would imagine, knowing how TV shows are from
or maybe they
comics,
just haven't been giving
the correct royalties.
Yeah, like the right amount of royalties or something.
What I would imagine the loophole is that with TV shows and movies, you can write off, like you can change stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if there's a loophole in there that, we gave you the licensing. We'll pay you for your licensing when we use your content from the comic. But if we create our own stuff, you don't get credit for that. If they change something, make a character somebody else.
Yeah, but I feel
because there's been a lot of liberties taken.
I feel like
the deeper it got into the show, the more liberties were taken than in the early seasons.
Sure. But I also feel like,
that also should be contract.
You're using
though, but
you're using the title of the book, so just kind of. I feel like that's catch. I don't know,
but
we're not contract lawyers.
Lawyers are sketchy, man.
Yeah, I don't know, but I heard that the other day, and I was just like, what the heck? So, and that's what's funny because like everybody talks about how Robert Kirkman is the richest man in comics.
Right, and he's still not even getting. He's not getting. He's supposed to.
Yeah, he's not getting what he's supposed to be getting paid from that, which means most of his money is coming from selling of the comics.
Wow.
Yeah,
and he finally just ended that run in the past year, right? Year and a half.
It might have been like 2019.
Finished, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they're still coming out with I think. Like we were talking about before, I think they're coming out with a deluxe version that's in color.
Well, of course. I mean, but
I don't know if it's
but his content to add to what we're reading has stopped at.
Oh yeah, he ended it.
I know on Comixology, I got curious and they had compendiums, and I looked, and the first compendium was like volume 1 through 7.
Yeah,
and then I think there was 6 compendiums. So 6 times 7 is. I didn't do that math quick enough in my head. It's a lot of damn comics.
6 times 5 is
6 times 6,
30.
42.
Yeah, 42.
Yeah.
Okay. 42 volumes.
A lot of damn volumes. I mean, I think it's 300 something issues that came out down to be.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's wild.
It was a long time. And just to give up on that big money maker, like he was just like, no, I think I'm done.
Well, that's like the TV show. It's still going. Mm-hmm. They should have killed it 3 years ago.
Dude, I can't remember. The last episode I watched is when they finally manned up to go, like, attack Negan's base. And
that's the last season.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the last season I watched.
And I think it was only like 3 episodes into that season. I was just like, man, like I feel like they're just repeating the same shit.
It's just it's just rehashing the same shit.
It's just like, all right. Okay.
Well, now Rick's gone in the show. I think the boy's gone, his son.
Really?
I think the only originals that are left are Carol and Daryl. I think those
they're
are
getting
the only
their
two.
own spinoff show. I don't know why.
I don't know. I mean, they're in there. I mean, they're leading the show now on their own. Why give them why need another spinoff?
Probably because it's cheaper to just take the 2 characters that everybody loves and make one single show about them.
I don't know. It's getting crazy, but
but we're here to talk about the comic, and boy, based on the show, I thought the Shane and Rick thing was going to get carried out a lot longer.
Yeah. Now, season 1's always been blurry to me because I only think I ever watched it like once.
I thought it was
when we
like
rewatched. It was because it was like 6. There was only like 6 episodes, and I missed a lot.
Like they definitely made it to the farm.
But they drug, I thought they drug Shane out longer in the show.
Oh, they definitely at least made it out of the camp.
And I'm pretty sure Carl's not the one that shot him or killed him in the show.
I don't remember, to be honest.
I really don't. It's been
a while.
I mean, the Walking Dead was big for us and our friend group. We would get together on Sunday nights in college, and we would all sit down and watch it, the new episode. And most of us watched it together from season 1 to whatever season we were watching because most of us hadn't seen it. Yeah. And so we all caught up together and probably watched it too fast. Probably should go back and watch it again, but I would still probably stop where
I think at the beginning of COVID, I watched like 3 episodes. But then by then, it was like that show, I didn't say it ruins all zombie stuff for you, but you get really annoyed having to watch early stuff and see them make the same mistakes.
Until season 4 is when they start to stop making those early mistakes.
And that's why I could never get into Fear the Walking Dead. It's just like, oh my God, we're going through this shit again.
We're literally just rehashing. Okay, we're just earlier in the apocalypse than when Rick comes out of his coma. Yeah. And it's the same shit.
And that's kind of what the first few issues of this was. It was like, they talk about everybody was told to go to big cities.
Which is just the stupidest thing.
Yeah, big cities because it's easier for the government to protect you. One, and obviously we're in a universe where zombies aren't real, but like,
something could happen.
Culturally, like, they've been popular and everybody knows what to do.
Right.
In this universe, I guess there's never been a zombie movie or anything like that. But still, it's like, if this is basically like, I mean, shit, let's be honest. We just went through a real pandemic.
Yeah.
And who was affected the most earliest? Big cities with a bunch of people all clustered in together.
I mean, everybody's side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. And so if you've got everybody in this big city and I bite you, well, you only got to go 10 feet to bite the next person. And then there's 3 of us. Now 3 of us can infect 3 more, and then there's 6 to get 12. I mean, it just, it's the multiplication effect of it just snowballs to hell and back.
No.
And another thing, you also put that much trust in the government. There's a massive pandemic plague that's actually turning people into the undead.
Yeah.
And you think the government's actually going to put all their effort into saving this city?
Once TVs and satellites and all that go down,
once
the internets get down,
you are on your own.
You better check that. I say check the radio at least once a day, but other than
that, you're on your own.
Yeah, like you just got to plan for you're getting your own shit together.
Because once the satellites go down, there is no government sitting there keeping them running.
No,
because they're the only ones that can keep them running, and
communication is gone.
But yeah, there was, and again, like we said, we've seen the show, we've watched multiple zombie movies.
Yeah.
So reading this is the first time I ever read it.
Oh yeah, same.
You
here.
sit there and you go, "Why are you doing this?" Well, no, duh, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Like, stay away from it.
Mm,
Don't have a big bonfire in the middle of a park
yeah.
right next to the zombie city.
Definitely not. And then how like when Glenn has Rick try to jump over the building, and
Yeah.
Glenn's like, "Why didn't you just throw the bag over first?" And I was like, "I'm not giving you my guns."
Well, that too.
I
It's like,
just
I don't
met you.
trust you. And then, but Rick's only comment was, "Well, you could have told me that first." It's like, I probably wouldn't have thrown my guns.
No, or at least I would have kept a couple for myself.
And I'm pretty sure in the show this comes to a fault with Rick too, but his trustingness, his friendship, like his
Yeah.
willingness to trust so easily, it can be bitten in the ass
Oh, yeah.
so fast.
They definitely went that route on the show too, because there's that whole like 2 or 3 seasons where he gets really dark and just
Ooh, those seasons
takes
were rough.
absolute control.
Ooh,
Yeah.
those seasons got rough.
I know.
Like I say that it's why are you so friendly, but then
Mhm.
again, that is his character. And when he went dark, ooh, that got weird.
Mm. But yeah, the whole Shane thing, I definitely thought, because in the show it got drug out to at least season 2. I think maybe even season 3. Like I think they were at least on their way or either. No, they were at the farm when that happened.
Now, did Shane in the show? Shane disappears and then shows back up, right?
No, he's there the whole
He
time.
just stays there the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like, not only do you have the whole Shane and Lori,
Right, trying to keep
thing.
it secret from.
yeah, and possibly that baby might be Shane's.
Oh yeah, that's right. She
But-
gets pregnant again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But there's also the power dynamic of
2 alphas.
who's going to run the
Yeah.
group, because Shane's been running it this whole time, and now Rick is
Now
coming in saying we should do
something
things different.
that I either missed it or never paid attention to. How long was Rick in a coma? How long was he under? Because
I don't think they ever said in the show, but in this they make it sound like it was a month or 2 months or something like that.
there's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I
Well,
guess buildings and all,
zombie-
it was stuff didn't really. The grass was just high, and the zombies were just fucked up from getting fucked up on themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Zombie
guess
apocalypses can happen, or like shit can go sideways real quick in a
yeah,
zombie apocalypse.
but it was just the way they made it seem was like Rick was in a coma for like 3 or 4 months.
Oh, no.
It just in my head they were making it seem much longer than it was.
No, they said a month or 2.
Okay,
Now, in the comic book, Dale?
yep.
Did I guess in the show I don't think they did
I
it.
remember.
But
I remember.
I don't remember those girls living with Dale
that
in the camper.
that I don't remember.
Now I don't remember Donna in the show at all. The super judgy,
No, I
caring
think-
character.
I think what they did in the show was the husband to Donna always would talk about her. Because wasn't there other? Oh, I'm getting so. It's been so long.
Yeah,
I-
there's a bunch of characters in the show that I knew that fucking Daryl wasn't an actual character, but you don't see Merle in this either, and I don't know if he comes along later or what.
I don't know. Wait, Daryl wasn't actually in the comics.
No, Daryl's
At
not in
all?
the comics. No, he's a completely original character. They had him. The story I think I've heard is
that is a very popular character to.
yeah, he
been
came in
built.
there and auditioned, I think for Merle, and they were like, no, but we're gonna find something for you.
Cool.
But so they stayed in the camp really long too for this. Compared
I'm
to
pretty
the show.
sure when they're teaching them how to shoot, he says you've learned really well for like 3 weeks of shooting.
I mean, it was like
It's like they
summertime because they remember they got rained on while they have that shit on them, and they say summer
Yep.
showers, and then it's
And then
snowing.
it's snowing when they're burying Amy when they're burying
Yeah.
Amy. Now
But I don't remember Donna in the show, and then there's also like no T-Dog or anything like that. And obviously, Carol's husband's still alive in the show. Because remember, they beat the shit out of him for hitting her.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Man, so I thought when first reading this before we talked about it, I thought the show and this first volume were very, very uniform to each other. And the more we talked, the less that they changed a lot more quicker than I thought they did.
Oh yeah, no.
But I know you have to change. Like you can't go perfect from writing to TV because things just don't translate well.
And then they didn't have that where they had to go back in the city to save Merle and all that.
Right.
And it was just Glenn getting them out of there.
They used this as they're going back in the city was going to get guns.
Yeah.
But now, what got me was, again, the early zombie tropes. But when Rick immediately figures out that you can rub a dead zombie on you and walk around, no one else has thought about that?
I mean, you're pretty early on in the zombie apocalypse.
But then how does Rick just?
I think more people are concerned about like, I don't want that shit near me because we aren't sure how it's
spreading. True.
But yeah, and then there's stuff like that, and then what was I had a point before you said that. Shit. Keep going. You got this.
The rubbing the zombie stuff on you, you don't even see that in the show for a while. I don't believe.
It's definitely season 1.
Okay.
But it's, I think because they have to go get Merle, and then instead of going to get guns, I think Rick drops his bag of guns in the show.
That's right.
That's when they go get that.
They have to go back for the bag. Because was it stuck under the tank?
Yeah.
Because in the show, he gets in the town.
He drops it when he falls off the horse, and then he crawls under the tank.
And then that's when I remember episode 1 ends with Glenn coming over the speaker.
Says, "Hey, asshole."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was a cool episode there.
Trying to think what else about the comic.
Well, another thing for me, I mean, this is volume 1, and I think it was 5 issues. I didn't keep. I
want to say 1 through 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, you're 6 issues in to this world builder. Not much got built.
No,
I mean, if you think of this as cold, I picked it up issue 1. I've just read the 6 issues off the shelf.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there after issue 6 going, okay, Carl shooting Shane, really cool climactic event that I kind of want to keep up with. But other than that,
yeah, but
what would have drawn you? Like, other than it being a zombie apocalypse, what would have drawn you to it?
Yeah, but we also have to put this into context. We're sitting here after Walking Dead blew up, then the show blew up, and then you've also had like 2 or 3.
Fear the Walking Dead.
And then you've also had a World War Z movie.
Oh yeah.
That zombie movie that Zack Snyder just did for Netflix. So we're kind of at the end of we're a little bit zombied out.
Zombie movies are need to stop for a little while.
Yeah, but when this book came out, zombies hadn't been done really since like Night of the Living Dead, Shaun of the Dead.
That's the 90s.
What was there was another one Zack Snyder did like early on in his career where they were like went to a mall and stuff. It was pretty good.
I remember that. That was a good one.
Fuck, I can't remember what it's called.
The zombies, and then they got up on the roof, and then when they were on the roof, they could see like a bus drive. I can see the movie, but that was a weird movie.
It was pretty good though.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I didn't realize that was Snyder.
Yeah.
God dang.
But I think so. But so zombies have been like kind of quiet for a while, and then this book comes out, and it's like, oh, someone's doing a zombie book. Like, let's fucking see that. Now, do you know the story of how Robert Kirkman had to pitch this like multiple times?
No.
So
I knew he went to some of the big names first.
No, he went. No? He went to some of like the higher ups at Image Comics, but he always wanted it to be at Image. But so basically, every time you go in there, he's like, "Oh, let me do the zombie book I wrote," and they're like, "I don't like. What's the hook? It's just a zombie book.
Yeah.
Like zombie books won't sell. Blah blah blah." And so he basically had to lie to them, and he said, "Oh no, there's a big plot twist. It's actually going to be an alien invasion, and aliens are behind it all."
Oh gosh.
And they were like, "Okay." And he's like, "I'm going to like plant the seeds.
I'm
gonna plant the seeds early and all that stuff." And they were like, "Oh, okay." And then like, literally like issue 1 did really good and like for a while there, it was like, what's the best-selling issue of The Walking Dead, and it was like whichever one just came out.
Oh wow!
And so it just kept growing,
Just
kept growing.
Wow!
And then they got to like halfway through volume 2, I guess, and they were like, "Hey, we're not really seeing any seeds for an alien attack." He's like, yeah, man, I lied. It was just a zombie book."
Golly.
But it was selling so well, they're like, "Okay, let's
Well, we
go."
can't change it now.
Yeah. And then I think I've mentioned it before on the show, but there's like a 4-part. I think it was Sci-Fi Wire did a 4-part YouTube documentary on the founding of Image.
Oh wow!
And they had the interview with Robert Kirkman of like how
he pitched it,
how
to
it
him.
like blew up and all that stuff. And the editor in chief at the time said, he's like, if he had told me it was a father-son book taking place in a zombie apocalypse, I would have greenlit it right away. He's like, I have 2 sons. I would have loved to have that book, but all he told me was that it was a zombie book, and so he had to lie to get it greenlit and all that stuff.
Could you imagine if it hadn't gotten greenlit? How weird would that have been?
I mean, we would have never known.
I know, you never would have known. But yeah, it's definitely a slow burn into the world of of one of the greatest hits of all time.
Yeah, especially with us coming from this TV show first, because like
we went straight TV show.
That shit was zooming for a while. But you got any final thoughts or anything like that?
That's about it. I just wanted to discuss the kind of how the issue was. It's a little slow burn, but
oh yeah, definitely it takes its time way more than the TV show did.
Yeah.
I imagine they go to the farm next. I mean,
they've got to start heading that way shortly, right?
They got to do something now. I mean, Shane's already dead, so I don't know what they got going next.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Michonne's going to show up in like issue 7, way before fucking the TV show I put her in, but I don't know.
But with reading this, I'm definitely probably already downloaded. I think the first 10 volumes are free.
Really?
On Comixology. 7 or 10. Already downloaded them on the phone. So when I get bored, that'll be some of my. I've got like this queue of when I get bored, I'll read. That queue just keeps getting bigger.
And bigger.
Yeah. I've got paperbacks that I've got starting to pile up too.
Like we said at the beginning of the episode, and our work's both been gotten kind of crazy lately, and my like weekly stuff has just built up.
Oh yeah, I've got comics sitting at our comic book shop that I probably haven't been there in a month. 2 months.
Oh, you definitely need to go pick it up and support your comic book shop. But
oh yeah,
I've gone and bought mine. I just gotta actually read them. But that does it for this week. Like we said, we didn't really have a particular order this week, so I'm not sure what's going to happen next. I think Southern Bastards is next.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
We'll do Southern Bastards next week. But until then, hope y'all have a good week, and we'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.